Hello student, myself Antara Ghoshal, Assistant Professor of Guru Nanak Institute of Technology. This is my lecture series on RF and Microwave Engineering having code EC 701, and the course is under 7th semester of BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, and here is my contact number and mail ID, and if you have any query then you can mail me. Now, this is the course name, that is RF and Microwave Engineering. The course code is EC701 and the total lectures for this course are 34. Now, there are some course objectives. First one is distinguish the RF and microwave spectrum, planar transmission lines and high frequency circuit elements. Second one is determine the microwave passive components and scattering matrix representation. The third one is illustrate the microwave tubes, semiconductor microwave devices. Fourth one is justify the microwave application and typical microwave test bench. There are some course outcome that the students will be able, after completion of this course, the student will be able to understand the microwave frequency range and their application. Also, they will be able to develop fundamental understanding of the two-port RF network and matching techniques. Learn the scattering matrix for microwave passive components. Understand the microwave tubes and devices along with their fundamental principle of operation. Also, they will be able to learn the microwave measurement techniques. Now, under module 2, there are different topics, that is high frequency circuit elements, difference in high frequency and relatively low frequency behavior of lumped circuit components, and many other topics are there. In previous lectures I have discussed about all these topics, and next one is waveguide passive components and their S matrix representation, and input networks, properties of S matrix, and transmission matrix and their relationship. Already I have discussed about all these topics. Now today we will discuss about microwave passive components and their S matrix representation. Under this, there are different passive components. In previous lecture I have discussed about directional coupler and Bethe hole coupler. Now today we will discuss about attenuator and phase shifter. What is attenuators? Attenuator is a device which is used to control the amount of microwave power transferred from one point to another point on a microwave transmission is called microwave attenuator. It is a passive two-port device which is used to control power levels in a microwave system by partially absorbing the transmitted signals. Also, these attenuators can be classified as fixed and variable attenuators. These are the two types of attenuators, and the resistive film, that is dielectric glass slab, which is coated with a aquadag, are used in the design of both fixed and variable attenuators. And the attenuators control the power flow in a desired direction, and also this attenuator is an electronic device that reduces the power of a signal without appreciably distorting its waveform. This is in this figure, this is a attenuator which is shown, and there are two types of attenuator, that fixed attenuator and variable attenuator. Here this is a fixed attenuator. There are some properties of fixed attenuator. Here the properties are that it provides only fixed amount of attenuation. It consists of dissipative element called, that is called a pad, and that pad is placed in a waveguide. And the pad is placed in a waveguide. in this figure, this is a fixed attenuator is shown, and the pad is placed in such a way that its plane is parallel to the electric field. For this, two thin metal rods are used. Okay. Now the pad is tapered, which provides a gradual transition from waveguide medium to absorbing medium of pad, and it is also reduce reflection, and the amount of power that a fixed attenuator can absorb, that depends on the strength of the dielectric field, location of pad within the waveguide, and the frequency of operation, and area of the pad and pad material which is used for power absorption. Here in this figure, here a fixed attenuator is shown, that a plane, that is a sorting plate, and microwave and power are transforming or going through this side. That part is tapered pad, and that is a dielectric slab, and the this is the width, that W, and height, that part is B, and that is A, and here this length is fixed as 3 lambda g by 2, and this length is fixed as 2 lambda g. Now there are some performance characteristics of a fixed param attenuator, that are input and output impedance, flattens the with frequency, average and peak power handling capability, and the temperature dependence. And next is variable attenuator. For that, first we have to know what is attenuator. Attenuators are a passive device, because in previous slides in module, there are different types of microwave passive components. Under this there are attenuators, and attenuators and phase shifters. Now variable about attenuators I have discussed in previous slide, and now this is a variable attenuator, which is the type of an attenuator. This is a precision variable attenuator. This makes use of a circular waveguide section that C, containing a very thin tapered resistive card, that is R2, this is R2, and to both sides of which are connected asymmetric section of circular waveguide. Circular to rectangular waveguide tapered section that transitions, that is RC1 and RC2. That portion is RC2, and that portion is RC1. Now the center circular section, that is that part with the resistive card, which can be positively rotated by 360 degree with respect to the fixed section of the circular to rectangular waveguide section. The induced current on the resistive card, that R2, is due to the incident signal, which is dissipated as heat and produce attenuation of the transmitted signal, and the incident TE10 dominant wave in the rectangular waveguide, that is converted into a dominant TE11 mode. Here TE10 mode, and that is transmitted to the that is converted into a dominant mode, that is T11 mode in the circular waveguide. A very thin resistive card that is placed perpendicular to the E field at the circular end of each transition section, so that it has a negligible effect on the field perpendicular to it, but absorb any component parallel to it. Therefore, a POTE11 mode is excited in the middle section. And with the reference of this figure, that figure B, if the resistive card is in the center section is kept at an angle theta relative to the electric field direction of the TE11 mode, then the component E cos theta, that is parallel to the card, which get absorbed, while the component E sin theta, that is E sin theta, is transmitted without attenuation, and the latter component finally appears as electric field component, that is E sin square theta, in the rectangular output guide. Therefore, the attenuation of the incident wave is alpha equal to E by E sin square theta, that is equal to 1 by sin square theta, and this equal to 1 by mod of S21. Or that alpha in dB, we can write that alpha in dB equal to minus 40 log sin theta equal to minus 20 log S21. Therefore, the precision rotary attenuator that produces attenuation which depends only on the angle of the rotation, that theta, of the resistive card with respect to the incident wave polarization, and attenuators are normally matched reciprocal devices, so that S21 equal to S12 and S11 or S22 equal to VSWR minus 1 by VSWR plus 1, that is less than 0.1, where this VSWR is measured at the input and the output port concerned, and the S matrix of an ideal precision rotary attenuator, that is S equal to, that matrix S equal to 0 sin square theta 0. This is the variable attenuator. Now next one is phase shifter. That phase shifters, this is another type of microwave passive component, that phase shifter. Now, what is phase shifter? That phase shifters should preferably matched to the input and the output lines, and the input and output signals are equal in magnitude but opposite in phase, and the phase shifter is a reciprocal device. There are maybe phase shifter may be analog or digital. In analog, that provides continuously variable phase shift controlled, which is controlled by a controlled voltage. And what are the advantage of analog type of phase shifter? That is low cost and low loss. And for digital phase shifter, that provides the differential phase shift, which is changed by only a few predetermined phase shift value, that is 45 degree, 90 degree, 180 degree, and etc. And what are the advantages? Noise immunity, uniform performance, easier to attenuate, ability to achieve flat phase over wide bandwidth, also higher power handling capability. And all these phase shifters can be controlled by electrically or mechanically. Electrically is realized with either pin diode or varactor diode, and mechanically it is analog in nature, and it is just a mechanically lengthened transmission line. And the types of phase shifters are dielectric phase shifter and the ferrite phase shifter. The dielectric phase shifter is reciprocal phase shifter, and it can be realized by placing a lossless slab in a waveguide parallel to it, and at the position of maximum electric field. Here in this figure, a phase shifter is shown, and about phase shifter, here are two types, that is dielectric phase shifter and the ferrite phase shifter. Here is the dielectric phase shifters, and a dielectric phase shifter which can be realized by placing a lossless dielectric slab. That's the dielectric slab. Placing a lossless dielectric slab within a waveguide parallel to and at the position of maximum electric field. Here are the maximum electric field, and this is a waveguide, and within this there is a lossless dielectric slab, and the differential phase shift change is produced due to the change of wave velocity, that is mu up equal to 1 by root over mu 0 epsilon 0 and epsilon r, that is into 1 by root over of 1 minus fc by f whole square through the dielectric slab, which is compared to that through an empty waveguide, in which that epsilon r equal to 1. The two parts are matched by reducing the reflection of the waves from the dielectric slab, tapered at both ends as shown in this figure. And the propagation constant through a length L of a dielectric slab and an empty guide which is excited in dominant mode, that is TE10, are respectively that beta 1 equal to 2 pi by lambda G1 and lambda G1 equal to lambda 0 by root over epsilon r by root over of 1 minus lambda 0 by 2a root over epsilon r square. and beta 2, that is equal to 2 pi by lambda g0, and lambda g0 equal to lambda g by root over 1 minus lambda 0 by 2a whole square. There's a differential phase shift that is produced by the phase shifter, that is del phi, that is equal to beta 1 minus beta 0 into I. Sorry, beta 1 minus beta 0 into L. And by adjusting the length, that L, different phase shifts can be produced. The X matrix of an ideal phase shifter that can be expressed by it, that is equal to 0 e to the power minus j del phi e to the power minus j del phi 0. This was dielectric phase shifter. And next one is ferrite phase shifter. Ferrite are non-metallic materials which with resistivity nearly 10 to the power 14 times, which is greater than metals, and relatively permeability of the order of 1000. And it is known as the most of the ferrite materials have relative dielectric constant in the range of 9 to 16, and the dielectric loss tangents are normally very small, that is 0.001. And phase shift is a ferrite device is generated by magnetizing the ferrite inside the waveguide by RF current. In a waveguide, inside the waveguide, ferrite is magnetized by applying RF current, such that the phase constant in the propagating line, which alters due to the change in permeability with magnetization. Here are some application of phase shifters: that phased array antenna system, transmitter or receiver module, in phase discriminators, in beam forming networks also phase shifter can be used, and in power dividers and power amplifiers also phase shifter can be used. So that's all for today. Today I have discussed about what is a phase shifter, and what are the types of phase shifter. There are two types of phase shifter, that direct dielectric phase shifter and ferrite phase shifter, and what are the S matrix of a phase shifter. Before that, I have discussed about what is attenuator. Also, there are two types of attenuator, that is fixed attenuator and variable attenuator. And what are the matrix, S matrix of this variable attenuator I have discussed. Now that's all for today. Thank you.